January 18th trade journal. Coming in, looking at NQ, going back to staying on the 2 hour, but going back to this morning, or actually not even this morning, but yesterday. So let me wipe this. But looking here, we had a structure shift and swept our lows and got really close to a daily for value gap, but did not hit it. And then we moved up, created an order block, and moved up higher. So this is on a 2 hour, but looking at price right here, it was holding this 2 hour, and I wanted it to test this 4 hour for value gap next, and I was assuming it would move through it just because of how we looked on the 2 hour. This looks very bullish. We violated this 2 hour order block, made a new 2 hour, so I was expecting an expansion move overnight. Um, but looking at this 2 hour, where are we at? 12. So right here, last night during Asian session, I took a long and was targeting the top of this 4 hour for value gap. I do not have my executions to show, but I do have the time stamps. The 17th, taking these early, getting in around 8. Nope, that is the wrong time. But 10 o'clock, midnight, and then midnight of today and getting out in the morning. But around down there, I had entered because I seen we were really respecting equilibrium of this 2 hour for value gap. Wick it, or we hit it and we wick right off of it, and price continues to move up higher and not coming back down. It makes a higher high, and then we end up going up through. But looking again at the 2 hour, when we were coming into the morning, actually, we'll jump to the 4 hour. So coming into the morning, let's move ahead. We inversed this 4 hour and shot way, way up. And so we left this buy side. We left this buy side. We left this buy side intact, and I wanted to see that hit as well as started to see these next subsequent highs be taken, and eventually the high of the new year so far. Oh, nope, December, the high of last year. Um, but I want to see this high of January taken. So, but also looking at here, we have a 1 hour for value gap up here that we had already bounced out of once. So I wanted to see this for value gap get ran through. So coming into the morning, I was bullish, and then we can flip over to my chart. So coming into the morning, very bullish. I had tried to take longs in here pre-market, anticipating us to go higher. We made a low, and there was actually an SMT here with ES, I believe, but we had a bullish SMT, and we were respecting, and or not respecting, but respecting this higher high or this lower low, and then the higher high, and not taking sell side. And we were continuing to respect for value gaps as we moved up. So I went long in here, targeting the buy side up here. This internal buy side was my main objective for the morning and what I wanted to see hit. So that ended up coming back, not working, ran right through that 1 minute. And then here we tap back into this for value gap. Let's turn on. So we tap back into a fair value gap in discount. There's this one, and we do not close a body below this body of this order block, but we're tapping into it for value gap and discount, and then continuing to move up. So then from here, price has an explosive move up, and I enter long on this order block with my stop. Oh no, not here, but I enter long on this expansion candle with my stop below the order block, targeting buy side, and that hit. I wanted to take it higher, but it did not get higher. So then looking at this next trade, we have, why, I don't know what this fair value gap is right here. Oh, it's probably a 5 minute. Yeah, 5 minutes. So we have this 5 minute fair value gap, but we create an order block, a big move through it. And I was thinking, hey, I don't know why wanted to take a short, but I did. But we moved through the 5 minute. My stop was a close above the 5 minute, and you can see I got stopped out of there pretty quickly. But this long had this order block, market structure shift, kind of, and we were respecting this for value gap, so I wanted to take it higher, but then we broke down through here. This would have actually been a very good inversion after we had already taken buy side and failed to move higher, but that was inversed, and then yeah, here I tried to take a short, not quite sure why, but we swept sell side, still tapping into these for value gaps and discounts, still respecting them, sweeping this sell side, and then continuing to move higher. And this is where I was really looking for longs. I was long in and out of here, but I didn't like how we kept disrespecting. We would move up, immediately disrespect a 1 minute for value gap, disrespect this re-inverse, this 5 minute for value gap, move up, immediately re-inverse this 1 minute that was already inverse. So it's just not looking good at this point. But I did get in over here, and I didn't hold. I moved my stop too close, and I got stopped out by this wick right here, um, and price ended up running up higher. But if I would have just left my stop, then I would have been good. But this price action in here was not great. And I should have just left my position how it was because I was confident that we would move higher. And we did, and we went and took those highs out. But the next thing I would like to point out is we take a look on the 15 minute. This was interesting for the PM session, but if we take a look on the 15 minute, this is the morning. This is the long up. Take out that buy side, and then our move down. So from this would have created a bearish breaker block right here and would have got a lot of people going short. It had me thinking we want to go short, but if we look at where price is from swing high to swing low, we have our first fair value gap. Oop, I don't want to do that, but we have our first fair value gap in discount. This is the first 15 minute fair value gap that is in discount, and if we move to a 30, it is also the first 30 minute fair value gap in discount, and an hourly. You can see we respected the entire hourly fair value gap, but tapping into this lower time frame one, 15 minute fair value gap in discount, we're respecting equilibrium of that fair value gap, and then we do continue to move higher. And at this point, I was just not looking, but we do get a really nice 2022 model right here. We have our low tap on the fair value gap, impulsive move up, stop raid, respecting equilibrium. See all these bodies respecting equilibrium of the 15 minute fair value gap that is in discount. And then we get our market structure shift as well as our breaker, and we get an entry right in the breaker. So from there, you could have entered. If I was at here at the moment, I would have entered with my stop below that order block, targeting this high for a nice little 1 to 6. But as you can see, that does end up playing out. But I just thought that was interesting, looking at that, and that boom hit the 15 minute in discount and immediately move up. I mean, look where price finished. We blew way past that. So bullish bias definitely played out today. But even looking on the 4 hour now, if you look, we get We get accumulation, manipulation, and our distribution phase. And did we? Oh, looks like we made equal highs, but this is MNQ. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Yeah, so we made relative equal highs right here. I'm guessing we're probably going to sweep this overnight, but tomorrow I would definitely be looking for longs, but the power of three, accumulation, manipulation, and distribution definitely came into play here. But overall, good day.